Good afternoon. My name is Debbie Avey with Three Strands Productions, and today I have a special guest with me who didn't know she was coming on the show.
No, I didn't.
She didn't know, and it's Majida.
Yeah.
Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
It's Majida. I love that name. I'm going to be saying Majida all night in my sleep. So the reason I asked Majida to join us today is she has told me, actually just today I learned, that she is from Jordan. She's a Palestinian.
Yes.
She does film in Jordan. She did radio in Jordan. She was a DJ in Jordan. There's really not a whole lot else that she didn't do. And the reason that I asked her to be a guest here on our show is because, as you know from our former video, that we have announced that we are filming a biographical film called The Kingdom of Peace about the late King Hussein of Jordan. And so when I met Majida, I was impressed with obviously your background and your experience. And I have to say that you actually seem to be really an answer to prayer, because we wanted a connectivity in Jordan so that we can connect the stories. And I know that you know who the late King Hussein is and also who Queen Noor is.
Yes.
And I also know from having met with you today that you also have a passion for women.
Women issues, yes.
That's right, and empowering women. And on your show, you reminded me that you actually talked a lot about women and how to empower them. So today, I know you didn't know what I was going to talk about, but because we share the same passion about empowering people, I want you to share with me some of the things that you hold dear to your heart, and why did you choose to use your platform in Jordan as a platform for women when that actually was a very difficult thing to do in your time? Because you spoke up and you became their voice when they didn't have a voice.
Yes.
Is that true?
Well, yes, in a way, because when I graduated from Grossman College in San Diego in El Cajon, California, I moved to Saudi Arabia. And in Saudi Arabia, there weren't many women in television or radio. I worked in radio for 2 years, and then I worked in television for 7 years. And there I saw the need for women program that discuss and talk about women issues, family issues.
That's right.
I was one of the first Arabic women to be on television, on Saudi television. Now, when I went to Saudi Arabia, I worked in front of the camera. I was a host. I anchored the news first, and then I was a host for Woman Magazine, woman programs. Every season, I changed the title of my programs. And I worked there for 7 years. I also worked with UNICEF to do public promotions for awareness, general awareness about cholera, smallpox, chickenpox, whatever the problem was at the time. Now, when I moved to Jordan after 7 years, in Jordan we did have women in the media. We had women in television, we had women in radio. It was more open than the Saudi society.
Mostly because of the leadership.
Right.
And who was the leader at that time?
King Hussein, God bless his soul, yes, and Queen Noor.
That's right.
They were both interested in social issues. And Queen Noor was an advocate for women issues and humanitarian issues.
That's right.
So I worked behind the camera. When I went to Jordan, I changed role, which is my passion, which is directing and producing. So I start making movies, and making documentaries, and making even infomercials and cartoons, voiceover. And I did try to work with my colleagues, with lots of us women.
That's right.
In the media, we were women, but there weren't many women directors. I was one of the first to be behind the camera as a director.
Proud of you for doing that, because that actually is a huge accomplishment in the Middle East.
Thank you.
We take for granted the freedom that we have in this country to be able to start a career, to go into film or media, or start a business like Staged Homes Real Estate or Three Strands Productions or Ace International, just like that. And this is the freedom, the reason that people come here. So to see you stand strong for women's rights in an area and in a place where this is not so acceptable, but still you stood strong and you made it happen. You actually did it.
I did it, and of course with the help of many other people.
Yes.
And now I'm proud to say there are many women directors in Jordan.
That's awesome.
Yes,
That's
that
awesome.
makes me very proud. Yes.
That is fabulous.
We were the pioneers, but they are now following in our footstep, and they have the Yarmouk University, which has a good media program. And I read and see on Facebook many young generation I don't even know. The names are totally new.
That's
they
right.
were probably babies when I was working.
Well, and you were a DJ too.
I was a DJ in Saudi Arabia.
This is fantastic. So with the Kingdom of Peace, as we talked about last week, we are going to be doing a prelude to the movie. It's going to be a soundtrack with 12 artists from 12 different countries as ambassadors to their country promoting peace, just like the late King Hussein would have wanted us to do. And just like Queen Noor would absolutely support us to do, as she's already stated.
Yes.
So I wanted to thank you for just showing up today, share a little bit of your story. I know that we are going to be doing many things together, not just real estate related and investing, but we have a purpose, you and I. We have a kindred spirit, and we are going to make a difference in this world, and you will have a voice again here. And we are going to make a film about the Kingdom of Peace, and we are going to promote peace and goodwill throughout this world, and we're going to continue to empower women. Just like you started that movement, we will continue it here. So thank you for joining me today. And thank you for listening in. You're welcome, you're welcome. And thank you once again for tuning in to Three Strands Productions, and look forward to talking with you next segment.